I am now on page 16, chapter 3, the picking hand. Here's where we start to zero in on what finger picks what string. And before we get into the exercises, take a look at the bottom of page 16, and you kind of have an alignment there in figure 9 of the fingers on the strings. That isn't to say that the fingers will not change strings from time to time, but the thumb is the one that will be the busiest, playing the 5th, 4th, or 3rd string. And then look at the diagram on page 17 at the top. There's a couple of diagrams. The location of your anchor fingers. And there is a side view in figure 10. And then there is also a close-up in figure 11. It gives you a alignment to the bridge. Now keep in mind that the pinky for me is the primary anchor finger. The ring finger is not steadfastly down on the banjo head. It moves around a little bit. Now there are banjo players that are sticklers to holding down your pinky and ring finger fully all the time, but I find that rather cumbersome. So my ring finger is a bit mobile. It stays in contact pretty much, but sometimes bounces around. So you'll be the decider of that, how you want to handle your ring finger. Try to keep it fully anchored or let it kind of move on its own organically. So let's go back to page 16, and we have the first tab staff. Notice it says look out below, and you'll be seeing that from time to time because I have found with students that they're not always looking at that bottom line of the tab staff, so they actually sometimes leave out those 5th strings along the way when playing a tune or reading it for the first time. So it's just a warning to keep your eyes peeled for all parts of the staff when reading these exercises. So this is an exercise for just the thumb, marked capital T-H, and that's all you will find in this. Also, these are all open strings, so you're not worried about your fretting hand for now. So I'll count this off 4 beats, and I'll play it with the repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Still on page 16, let's move down to the second tab staff. This is an exercise for your index and middle fingers. For the time being, index finger will pick only the 2nd string, and middle finger will pick only the 1st string. On the count of 4, we'll play the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. back over to page 17, there are 2 tab staves, and they are exercises for all 3 picking hand fingers now. They are all marked when you're supposed to change fingers, and every 2 measures you will repeat. It's just a way to get the extra practice in. So I will play the entire 2 tab staves with all the repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a little aside here, I am tapping my foot throughout these exercises. You don't always hear it because the banjo masks it pretty good, but you will hear a final foot tap when you come to that X plus R of each exercise, because the final note of the second measure is a half note. So you'll hear that extra tap of the foot before either repeating back or going on. Page 18, Picking Hand Workouts. Up to now, these picking hand exercises have been all quarter notes. We will now be adding eighth notes into the mix, so you'll be moving a little more quickly with your picking hand fingers. All the notes are still open strings, therefore you are not concerned with fretting any notes with your fretting hand. And I'll give you the numbers and what fingers of the picking hand that you are dealing with. And then I'll count it off, repeat it, move on to the next number. So page 18, number 1, thumb index. The metronome, until further notice, will be set at 50 beats per minute. One, 2, 3, 4. Number 2, thumb middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Combo of 1 and 2. Notice third measure is what we call the basic Scruggs roll. That will come up later on. Number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Repeat. Number 4. Thumb, index, middle, thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. Number 5. Middle, index, thumb, middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6, combo of 4 and 5. Notice the third measure, number 2, is called the forward-backward roll. We will visit that later. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat.